Hello, everyone. It's Miss Kelly, not in the dark anymore.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And her little cat, Cat Hepburn.
Cat Hepburn's with us. I played
Oh.
with her earlier to get her to be mellow for I was like, play,
Speaking
gave her a little food.
speaking of familiars, oh my gosh. Speaking of familiars, uh good
There,
segue
there.
right there. Mine was sitting up here, but she's getting fed now, so she took off. The Witch's Guide to Animal Familiars is out now. Oh my gosh, it's out now. And if you want to learn how to do divination with your animals, I got divination techniques with your familiars, your animals. It doesn't even have to be your pets. I have had people go, "Oh, I can't have a familiar. My landlord doesn't allow pets." I'm like, "Girl, there's a whole world out there with animals, and wild animals can be your familiar, not just domestic animals. So yes, it's awesome if you have a pet. It makes it a lot easier to do a lot more with them. But certainly you can work with wild animals, farm animals. I talk about horses, cats, dogs, turtles,
Raccoons.
raccoons, rabbits,
We got a lot of
birds,
raccoons in my neighborhood.
fish. Oh my gosh, all the things. Do you remember that episode of What We Do in the Shadows and the raccoons haunt the lady with the city council lady? It was in the first season. Anyway, book is out now, and if you would like to be a part of the celebration, the Witch's Guide to Animal Familiars celebration on February 16th, we're having a party, and we're going to be doing a trivia game, like a bar trivia game with groups on the first 3 chapters of this book. So you got to get the book or listen to the book as I'm pointing out. My gosh, this is amazing. If you have a Spotify premium account, Spotify has been adding over the last couple of months books, including my book as one of the choices that you can listen to. You get 15 hours of listening, which is more than enough to could do my book. I think it's like 8 hours. You can listen to this book and you don't have to pay extra for listening to the audiobook. It's free on a Spotify premium account and you can listen to it. So go find it, Witch's Guide to Animal Familiars on Spotify, or go to your favorite wherever, and then go to animalfamiliars.com and let us know that you purchased it either by putting it on Spotify or by ordering it a physical copy. I mean, I have to say, just between you and me, you even if you're listening on an audiobook, you're going to want a physical copy because of all the
You can
recipes.
flip through. Yeah. It's like a
Exactly.
little encyclopedia. It's great.
Exactly. Or I mean, if you're an ebook person, that's an option too. But definitely there's this great energy of having a book in front of you when you need to do a spell, right? I just need to have something physical in front of me.
Yeah.
So get the book, listen to the audio book, get the ebook, do all the things, and let us know that you did it. And you'll get an invitation to that Zoom party in the afternoon on February 16th. So you can join me. And in that vein, I'm going to be using the Animal Guides Tarot by Radley Valentine. It's one of the decks that I recommend in my book if you'd like to do animal readings, but we're going to do any old kind of reading. Of course, you can ask a question about your animals, but we're going to be doing just using that deck for human questions too. So if you have a question, all you have to do, what are we doing here? It's just called Tarot for Kindness. We are should have said that in the beginning. We're doing tarot readings and astrological readings for you guys for $10 per card. Astrological readings are just a bonus. You get those for free. If you want a 1-card reading, you can donate $10, 2 cards, $20, 3 cards, $30, and so on. How do you donate? Well, you can donate through Venmo, which that QR code there, or you'll see the link in the chat where you can donate on Venmo and PayPal. You can also use this. Yeah, you can use that QR code. Or if you want to go down to Super Chat, which is down below on the YouTube world, you'll see a little button that looks like a $sign. You can make a donation there. Once you've made your donation, go into the chat, let us know how much you donated, where you donated, what your question is, and your birthday and any birthdays of any people involved. So if it's like a question about your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your lover, or your kid, let us know the birth date so that we can do a little astrology from Miss Kelly. And I'll do the tarot. She'll do the astrology. Where does this money go? Well, we are doing this out of the kindness of our hearts, and we are raising money for seniors in Ukraine who are suffering under this full scale invasion that is still continuing to happen. Just because it's not in the news, just because there's a lot of other crazy ass
Mhm.
shit in the
Every day.
and Ukraine is not in the news does not mean that the war full scale invasion is not happening. It is happening. Bombs are being dropped. All kinds of crazy things are happening over there. And amongst all of this, we have seniors who are displaced. Many of them have lost their homes, don't have their communities anymore, don't have children or people to take care of them. And so, our wonderful friends in Kyiv, Subotin Harbor, a small grassroots organization, they purchase groceries for these seniors, bring the groceries to them so they don't have many of these seniors are disabled and can't even get out of the house. And this food is like a lifesaver. It is totally a lifeline for these people. They sometimes bring other things too. They might bring a little pet food if the senior has a pet, or they might bring some medicine or, other medical supplies that they need. They just through the donations that they get, purchase these and deliver them. And it's such a beautiful, compassionate, wonderful thing that you can do. It is grassroots. When you make the donation, even though these PayPal and these places take out a cut, for their cut, I put that back in. So 100% of what you're donating, because of my adding money in, gets donated to Sabotin Harbor. And then they go purchase these groceries right there on the ground, deliver these groceries. It's a small group of people. It's very independent. There's no overhead. It's just this wonderful, compassionate, kind thing that you can do. And the money you donate today goes to feed those people today. Because right now it's super early in the morning in Ukraine. It's going to be Monday morning in a few hours, and they're going to buy those groceries with the money we donate today. So it is really something very special. So we hope that you will generously donate, get a great reading, see a cute cat, maybe my little cat. I see her over there. She's Glinda. Glinda. Yeah, come here.
Come
Come up
say
here.
hi.
Look, come up here. Yeah, she came over to see what I was calling about. Look what I got for you. Look, I got a treat for you. Don't have a treat. A big fat liar. Come here. Come here. Look what I got. Look what's up here. Well, maybe I'll convince her to come up. Anyway, I'll be doing readings with the animal guides tarot. Miss Kelly will be doing that. And once you get your request in, you'll let us know in the chat where you donated, how much you donated, your birthday, and your question. We've got Jacqueline up first, then Adrija, then Helen. And if you'd like to get yours in, you'll be fourth on the line. So let's first look at Jacqueline. Jacqueline said, "What blessings am I manifesting?" Look at that awesome Aries birthday, 4/4. What blessings am I manifesting? How can I nurture that? How can I grow that? Oh, I love it. You're going to get a 3-card reading. I like that, Jacqueline. That's a 3-card reading right there. 3 cards. What blessings am I manifesting? How can I nurture that? How can I grow that? All right, let's take a look with this deck. All right, these are big cards. I have to shuffle. Come up here. Everybody wants to see you. Come up here. Come up here. Why are you just looking at me? Come on up. Stop looking at me. Come up here. Be with me. She's not a lap cat. She doesn't really like to be petted.
No.
She's not real, Ozma was a real cuddly cuddler. She's more like, I'm just gonna hang out and inspect your work. Read tarot
She's
cards
the
for me?
overseer. She's the
Yeah, no.
supervisor.
Supervisor. She's my supervisor. Come up here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh well. If I ignore her, she'll come up. Okay.
There's a whole science behind that.
Yeah. Because I'm not looking at her like she's lunch, right?
Yes, there's a whole thing about dominance. So like cats, if you're at somebody's home and if there's always like the one person that's freaked out by cats, so they don't look at the cat and the cat's like, oh, you're safe. And they jump up on their lap. Oh,
The allergic person, right?
yes. They're like, oh no. And the cat says, oh, you're submissive. Let me get on your lap. Fantastic.
Oh my gosh. I love this. I love this. I love this, Jacqueline. Okay. So our first card, the first card is Seven of air, which corresponds to Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords has been coming up for me today. Seven of air. So our image on here is the magpie, right? Oftentimes, Seven of Swords, people will think of that Seven of Air as like people like, there's some kind of theft going on. And if you think about a magpie, they collect, right? So I think of this as more like you're out collecting. What blessings am I manifesting? You're getting a little bit from the buffet here and there. I think of like that magpie energy. Look how cute that is. Oh my gosh, collecting all these magical things. Look at all those cute little symbols in there. Um, if you're going out and collecting a lot of different things, I think you're manifesting a lot of different interesting, cool things. I almost get like this interesting message too for you. It's like thing physical things that have been owned by other people, antiques, thrift store finds, like real finds, like real treasures, right? Like finding treasure. But this can also be esoteric too. And in that esoteric sense, it could be like magical synchronicities happening for you, like collecting those. What those are the blessings. So I would say, like, look for treasure, physical and spiritual treasure. You need to be a treasure hunter right now. That's the blessings that you're manifesting. That's really going to be like what you can do. And I think you're going to manifest some really cool, interesting things, particularly things that have a history. It's really something very special. How can I nurture that high priestess energy? Oh my God, that gorgeous owl. Oh my gosh, gorgeous, gorgeous owl. Look at that. Um, so when we have high priestess energy also has a little bit of that magpie energy, but just like a higher octave of that. So the high priestess gets information from varying sources, not just one source, right? We're going to get a little bit from here, a little bit from there, a little bit from the other place as well. And so I think that when you want to nurture that is like do your spiritual work, do your spiritual practice, but you don't need to follow like one strict straight line path. It should be like a little exploration, a little treasure hunt where you're finding something useful here, something useful over there. I have both of those cards have that feeling of finding useful things and putting things together and manifesting wonderful treasures coming into your life. How can you grow that? We have Page of Air. Oh my gosh, which is the seagull. Kind of love these correspondences with the cards of the animals and what they do. I haven't worked too much with this deck. I worked a little bit with it, but I'm enjoying this. So, Page of Air represents this. Well, I would say a couple of things. Number one, Page of Swords is like the freshest of the freshest, the newest of the new, open as can be, right? So, if you want to nurture these interesting, cool manifestations that you're creating, where you're creating and bringing in um, historical things and treasures and things like that, you want to be super open. You want to be like wide-eyed, open, and kind of like, I don't know what to expect, right? That really is the place that these things can really pop. When you're not too like, I'm manifesting this exact thing, but you're more like, I want to manifest a surprise today. I want to manifest an amazing opportunity today. These bigger, broader things that you can manifest are like, that's that Page of Swords, Page of Air sweet spot. Not only that, but I get the ease of the seagull as well. The seagull just soars and flies and has this real high view, right? Like the bird's eye view. But they're kind of just looking over, looking for their bag of chips on the beach or whatever their leftover French fries, whatever seagulls do, right? And then they go down and they get it. So I feel like this kind of detachedness of the Page of Swords, the openness of the Page of Swords, Page of Air, and that overview where you're just looking for your opportunities, you're looking for your treasure is exactly where you need to be. Look at all of these are birds, like all of those are birds, right? So look to the bird kingdom as well. If you do shamanic work, look at birds for your power animals, or look for birds that are going to be omens for you. So I think there's so much in this that is gorgeous. But magpie, owl, and seagull are there for you. Love it.
I like that.
Yeah. All right. What do you have?
Well, I'm seeing Venus transit coming up over the sun and Saturn talking to Mercury. So I love the idea of that whole, what you're talking about being a magpie and then manifesting with all that Venus, the Venusian energy coming in and talking to that big solar part of yourself. It's just going to be lit up. So, Venus a lot of times is talking to us about how we feel about ourselves, how we love ourselves, how we love other people. I think our culture sometimes says that's superficial, right? But it's not. You allow yourself to sort of daydream and look at um, like when I was doing this psych thing once, and the guy says, oh, when you're scrolling on Instagram and you're looking at all this fashion stuff, that's not superficial. That's your psyche imagining different personas and different ways it wants to be. So allow yourself to do that. Allow yourself to do that with style and beauty and all those things. And then as Saturn's coming in and Saturn's been talking to your Mercury all year, really kind of back and forth. So I wouldn't be surprised if you've been feeling maybe a little depressed, a little self-doubt, all of those things coming in. But what Saturn's really asking you to do is to find wisdom and to rely on your own wisdom and to share your wisdom with other people. And I think sometimes it manifests as sadness or depression because we feel like we can't share that, or we're finding um, like it's we feel restricted, right? And we don't have the outlet yet, and Saturn's crossing that again, but it's just about to leave it. So over the next few weeks, you're going to feel this sort of lightness from that, and now is the time to really sort of tap into that, write that stuff down, right? You do feel bad for the extra scrolling, that's
Scroll
funny.
away.
But yeah, like just start writing that down, like there's something you've been learning over this last year through that process, that just the things you've been absorbing, the lessons you've been taking, like now's the time to start releasing that as wisdom, as your knowledge. That's
That
great.
goes along with that high priestess so much, right?
Yes, right. And high priestess is very Venusian too, right? That's that higher octave of Venus,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And there's a great story about Venus as like Ainana, like she's like a version of Venus, like an ancient version, and she traveled into the underworld and
Yeah,
gained all sorts of knowledge. And there you go. So all the
exactly.
things you're talking about, it's really beautiful.
I love it. I love it. It's so beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Jacqueline. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. So we have next Adrija, then Helen, then Devon, then Jessica. All right. Okay. Okay. So Miss Kelly has both of the birthdays. Do you see A ever returning back to me? Let's take a look and see. Okay. All righty. Okay, this is oh my gosh. So many cute cards. I mean, I'm kind of into these cards because the animals are so cute. Oh my gosh. So the first card we have is the world card, right? It's got a Shetland sheepdog. Isn't that a collie? Looks like a collie to me, but I guess it's Shetland sheepdog. Who knows? I don't know dogs
Looks
that
like
well,
a
but
collie to me too. It looks like
yeah,
Lassie.
yeah, exactly. But it's a Shetland sheepdog. Okay, I'll just go with what it says. So, world card energy to me is a couple of things. Number one, there's a sense of completion that shows up with world card, but the world card also has this other element, which is the bigger dream. What is your big dream? So, the question to ask yourself right out of the gate, the first card that comes up is for you to dream bigger. For you to dream bigger. That's the message of the world card. Like, how like the world says to you, anything is possible. So how can you dream bigger? Is your biggest dream this A ever that A comes back to you, or is your bigger dream to have someone who is adores you, loves you, wants to be with you, wants to be a team player, wants to be a part of your life, wants to support you and you support them and all of those things, a true partner. Hopefully that's your big dream, is to have a true partner. So I would interpret this and encourage you to take this foundation. I give this exercise to people all the time with manifesting. Think of the best possible outcome as being like a 10 on the dial, and then turn it up to 11, right? How can you make it even a little better, right? What could be the best thing? And then how could you make it even better? And be open to the idea that it's somebody else who's better than this. We always say in my incantations that I teach, I always say, I want this or something better. So if you're doing a spell to bring somebody back, I want that person or someone better, right? Because we don't know the limits. We limit ourselves so much of the time by saying, I just want that. Why not think beyond that? What could be even better than that? So think beyond the limitation of just A coming back to you and think about what could be even better, a person who could be even better, right? One of the reasons I say that is the second card is the Five of Fire. So, Five of Fire is a card of like exactly what they show here, these two rams butting heads, right? With a lightning bolt between them. It's intense. So, if we are to say that, like the two of you coming back together again, Five of Fire is saying you're not on the same page. What you want and what he wants are two different things. This is often like not being coordinated, right? That there's a lack of coordination in this relationship. The lack of coordination is you want different things. I'll give you an example, not your example, but another example is like you have two people, they get along great, everything is peachy keen. One of them wants kids and one of them doesn't want kids. In that scenario, I don't care how much you are getting along and everything is peachy keen and dandy, you're still going to have a problem because one of you is going to be unhappy. Because either you're going to have kids and the one that didn't want to have kids is going to be super resentful, or you're not going to have kids and the one that wanted kids is going to be super resentful. This is a classic example. So I think that there is an inherent issue with the two of you of not wanting the same things in life. I think sometimes people say they want something, but they don't know what they really want. So you'll find somebody that's like, I want to get married, but then they aren't acting like a person that wants to get married. They're talking to this one, that one, and the other one. Okay. So, I think that there's a need for there to be a recognition that the two of you are not on the same page with some very key things, and that there's butting heads that is happening over these key things. That's the first thing. Can it be overcome? I guess, but it would take somebody having to give up their dream. And with the world card showing up before this, I'm saying to you, dream bigger, don't dream smaller. And this person is trying to get you to dream smaller in some way. Now, next, this is why I went, oh, cute, because I love my cats. A ragdoll cat. Oh my
Cute.
gosh. Do you know the ragdolls? Do you know a ragdoll? Have you ever met a ragdoll?
I've never met one, but I know what they're about.
What are they about, Miss Kelly?
They're about being floppy and just being it's literally turning into a rag. Like
Yes.
bleh. In your they're just yes, they're
Super
bred just for
chill.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, super chill. Yeah.
Super chill. And also they love being around people. They love
Hmm.
being petted. They are lap cats
Yes.
par excellence. They really love their people and they really are sweet and affectionate, right? Very, very affectionate, very chill cats. Oh my gosh, so cute. I want that kitty. So this message, Nine of Earth represents taking pleasure. So Yes, if A comes back, you will have some good times together. You will do things together that you both like doing. That's great. But doing things together or liking the same things doesn't feel like it's enough when this card is next to it, when the five of fire is next to it, right? So I think there's a part of this that you miss the shared things, right? The shared events. But there's something about this with that five of fire in there that's saying like, yeah, don't get fooled by that. Don't get fooled by this. Let's go out and do this thing that we like to do. Let's go out and play a video game or play this or do that or do this other thing. You got to make sure that it, having shared interests is a great thing, but it isn't what will sustain a relationship in the long run. What will sustain a relationship in the long run is the two of you being like partners and being in a team. This is not that. Okay. Lastly, you asked, is he coming back to you? With the Knight of Fire, I see that opportunity. I do see knights as people who come back into our lives. They travel back into our lives. But this is traveling back with an intention of passion, which could either be A, I just want to hook up with you, or B, I'm mad at you.
Oh,
All that fire could be not what you think it is. So the thing to think about is to go back to that world card, right? To go back to this card and to say, is this my ultimate? And I think if you look at it from a distance, you will see that this isn't your ultimate, that you can dream bigger and that you can have better. And that's what you want to get to is the bigger and better, not somebody who does not see you as a partner, not somebody who's butting heads with you. Yeah, it's not a horrible relationship because we've got those shared interests together, but that isn't enough to sustain over the long term. That will only get you so far, right? You need a partner that's a partner. And that's the thing you have to keep. That's the thing that you have to be working on with your wishing. So, yes, I see him coming back, but be careful because that could be, it could not be necessarily what you think it is. So, yeah. Look at, I'm going to read you what it says here. I don't normally read these cards, but I guess the I guess the court cards have a little thing at the top. Knight of Fire, passionate, charismatic, confident, restless. Restless. That's a key. That's a key word. All right, what do you have, Miss Kelly?
well, remember we talked about this last week as well. And it's kind of a very similar, he's got this transit happening to him that's really forcing him to reckon with some things that has to do with his passion, his libido. It's this big Mars transit that's he's going under or undergoing, and it's really going to challenge him. It might be challenging his ideas of being a man, of um, what that means in the world. I believe he's seeing somebody else right now, or he thought he was, if I'm correct from last week, and that could be what's exacerbating that, making him want to, sow his seed everywhere right now because that's the transit he's undergoing right now. Um, so I don't, and I think that's continual, and that's going to be going on for the next 2 or 3 months. So you're going to kind of have to wait that out with him to see what happens when he's done with that. And then along with, getting that world card pulled in the area of your chart where the world card would be, which would be right above you, the sun is going over there, right? You just had your birthday. That whole part of your chart is being lit up. So you're really, this time of year, every time of this time of year around your birthday, because of the way your chart is, you're always invited to kind of put yourself out there in the world and to dream big, to really, what dream bigger than what you're dreaming now. And I try to look at something called a progression, to see, because I know you're like, what's up, right? Is he, will he, or won't he? So there's a coming up. I mean, he might. There's I would say within maybe a year, he might put a foot back in there and be like, "Hey, girl,
Yeah.
hey, hey, it's me." That's, I mean, there's definitely a potential there for that. And that's the progression is more, it's not what's going on the sky right now, it's how your charts are unfolding. So, and I look at the two of those together. So as yours is unfolding and as his is unfolding, what's going on with that? And there's an element there that, yeah, he could definitely put that foot back over.
Yeah, I think this is, the question Adrija asked. So do I see it as a yes or a no? You are asking if somebody is coming back. That's it. But is he coming back a better person? I don't see that. Is he
Mm.
coming back a evolved guy? I don't see that. So that's why I'm warning you to be careful not to get burned by that night of fire, because what that can be is the issue that people always talk about with reconciliation spells. There are a lot of spellcasters who won't do reconciliation spells. I do them, but there's a lot who won't. And the reason is this: you can do reconciliation and return to me spells till the cows come home. But if you don't address the underlying issues that broke you up in the first place, you're just going to go back to that old habit. You're going to go back to that old pattern. So if the pattern wasn't working before and he comes back again with that same pattern, the expectation is you're going to get your heart broken again. So we'd have to see some dramatic shift in who he is to get him to come back and be the guy that you want him to be. Because who he is now is not your highest and your best. I can tell you that. The things that you have told us about him, he's like shutting you out, but then asking you for favors. That's a terrible person. That's a user. That's a user. Do you want
Yeah.
users in your life? I don't think so. No, you don't want that in your life. You want someone who's a giver, not a taker. So I think you have to reconcile who he and really like take the scales from your eyes and see who he is. And who he is a bit mediocre, right? Not like a super, he's not your dream boat. I think you think he had some good qualities that you guys enjoyed some of the same things together, and that's enough to build a lifetime relationship on. And I can tell you from experience, that'll only take you so far. That's a car with 300,000 miles and a bald tires on it. It's only going to take you so far, you know?
Yeah,
So
there's also right now there's this Neptune and Venus transit happening right now. They're coming together, and that can create for all of us this incredible sense of longing and falling into the fantasy of what we want our romance to be, or a romantic, just this incredible romantic yearning that could be pulled
yeah,
up for many, many, many people. And
yeah,
I'm like looking at where that falls in your chart, and it's kind of talking to you a little bit. So you could be really sort of feeling this allure. It's almost like the siren song of, you know, come throw yourself in the water, come throw yourself in the water of love, even if it's not good for you.
yeah,
And
yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's like to see someone for who they really are and believe them. They'll show you who they are, believe them. There's that quote, I want to say Maya Angelou quote, people will show you who they are,
I think
believe
so,
them.
yeah.
Yeah. He's showing you who he is by his actions. He hasn't apologized. He isn't like, "Oh, I messed up." He's like fully just like, "I'm doing this thing and too bad." That's who he is. I think that's important to see, to really see that. And to be married to that or to be in a lifelong relationship with that is just, to me, I would, oh my gosh, I just would say I'd run the other way, you know? You want someone who's a team player. You need a team player, right?
Yeah.
That's it. So he's gonna come back. I don't think he's coming back with anything that's great, but maybe you'll get that opportunity to shut him down, and that might feel good. Hopefully, you know, till you give him the boot,
Yeah.
and that might feel good to do, but, he's gotta change something really before he's really even ready. And I mean this, I mean, another thing I'm gonna say is that, um, he gave a big birthday message with apology, but that's it. Yeah, like, put your money where your mouth is, dude, not just a text, right? But the thing is this, so I do see him coming back, but is he coming back with something that's of value, or is he just coming back to gratify himself? The thing I'm worried about with the Knight of Fire is that he's coming back to gratify himself and not take care of you. So, oh, okay. So, do you wanna oh, you have an okay. So you have another 50 that you did. Okay. So is he seeing someone, any timeline? Okay. Alrighty. Let's take a look at that. I get the sense, boy, there's a couple cards here that he's not just seeing one, he's seeing more than one.
Mm,
So he's not super serious. Are you getting that too, Miss Kelly?
yeah. Yeah,
From
just
the
that
energy?
yeah, that transit we talked about last week that's going on with him, that's yeah. I mean, it's bringing up all the stuff. It's bringing up all his ideas of what it means to be a man. It's challenging. It's a really intense lesson. I don't really like to use the word karma. I think it gets a little overused or misused, but there's an element of that there that he's learning something. He's definitely he's sowing some oats and spreading some
Yeah.
seeds. Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely king of fire energy and king of earth energy. So there's a couple of things that I would say here. King of fire is like that is that lion, right? All about me, all about me. So I think that there's the aspect of a lion that can be, yes, I'm thinking about the pack, I'm thinking about everything, but at the end of the day, a male lion is really going to think about himself first, right? I really feel like that. And it has nothing to say what is his sun sign?
Oh, let me look him back up.
Fire?
He is. Hold on. Had her chart up for a while. No, he's a Scorpio.
Oh, Scorpio. That's
Oh,
right.
in
We
fact,
talked.
and you know what? And he's Scorpio, so he's got this a huge stellium in Scorpio. So, with like Venus and Pluto, and oh my gosh, so that if somebody hasn't with that energy, if somebody isn't really digging deep and working on themselves with that big Scorpio stuff, especially when you're bringing Venus and Pluto into the mix, then sex is going to be really important to him, and and having sex with whoever, like that's just part of that thing. It doesn't mean that's always going to be who he is. It doesn't mean that anybody with that signature is doing that, but it sounds like from the information you're giving us that he's kind of operating on this sort of base level. When people take that and use that in a really powerful way, they turn it into art, right? They
Yeah.
become extraordinarily creative. They transform themselves. They transform their value system. They transform it for the people around them. And this indicates that he could be really magnetic. I don't know if he'd be popular, but very magnetic, and be able to galvanize the people around him if he uses that energy well. And if he's not using it well, or it's like a little bit of a mix, right? There's an element of that you do good, and then there's these lower levels that we do. So it's probably a little mixture of what goes on. But yeah, and he's got so much stuff going on there as I'm really looking at that. That yeah,
I feel like
that's
there's a
it's
whole
hard.
thing here of stubborn I mean, like, the sort of shadow side of these 2 cards are stubbornness
Yeah.
and self-gratification. So the king of earth is going to be like, "I'm not changing for anybody," right? And then king of fire is going to be like, I'm the king. I just get to take all the goodies and they're for me. and your feelings are not important to me. I'm the king. So I feel like there's that element in this personality where it's not about everything that he's doing, including sending you a message, right? For your birthday was about him getting attention from you, not I care about this person and I want her to be happy. Do you get the difference? There's a difference there, right?
Yeah, and he's got that a Gemini moon, which lightens all that heavy Scorpio. So he's got this great like Gemini moon with Mars there. So of course he's gonna have a lot to say to you. Of
And
course he's gonna
charming.
send
Yeah.
be very extremely charming,
Yeah.
motor mouth, like maybe funny, a lot of energy. Yeah, and then they think, oh, that Gemini energy will say, oh, I'm thinking of you because it's your birthday, and they say, oh, I'm sorry that things didn't work out, blah blah blah. I hope you're having a good day. Happy birthday, and then they keep going like that Gemini moon, like will it could be really lovely, especially trust me, in combo with Scorpio, really makes that Scorpio fun.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it can be, they move on to something else because Gemini's got their brain is just going, 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 going.
Yeah.
Gemini Moon, they're just, you know, they're moving, moving, moving.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
also a little aspect of a Gemini that's like a little fairy going from flower to flower
Yes.
too,
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Love Witch says, "I'm a
That's
Gemini
what
moon
that moon
too."
with the Scorpio, which is great, right? It lightens up that
Yeah,
because Scorpio can be so.
yeah. So also too, we've got the sun card, which is being visible. So right now he just wants to be visible, admired, seen, all of that. That's where he's at right now. I want to have a good time. I don't think he's serious about anybody right now. And in fact, I've got the two cards that would say he's seen more than one. This one in particular, three of
That's like
water.
Gemini right there. All the hummingbirds.
Yeah, the
That
hummingbirds
Gemini
putting the
moon.
flower to
Yeah.
flower, exactly. But three of water, three of cups is a card of socializing, but very superficially. And the four of fire can mean like I want to commit to someone, but I think there's a push pull. I get more than anything. I can probably guarantee that he said to you, "Oh, I want to settle down. I want to get married. I want to do all these things," because there's a part of him that does want those things, but he's not doing at all the work to get those things. So you can say, I want something. I mean, I want to be an astronaut, but am I training to be an astronaut? Am I doing the things? Am I the right age? Am I all the things like to be an astronaut? Heck no. So I can have the dream of wanting to be married, but am I willing to do the things that will lead to that? Or do I just want it because it's more, all about me? I want someone to take care of me. I want somebody to be cooking my food and making sure, taking care of me when I'm sick and this and that. I think those are the self-gratifying reasons that people think they want to get married, and that relationship will not work if you have two people that are just looking out for themselves. You need team players. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean,
And Julia,
that's
your moon is in Leo. She was asking where her moon
oh
is.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
in
so
Leo.
timeline wise, I mean, I see like Miss Kelly's got the timeline. She's saying it may be
A
several months
year.
before he comes back
Months
here.
to a year, I would say. Within the yeah, it looks like.
But then it's like it's not about the time of when he comes back. It's like, what is he bringing back? Is he bringing back the same old crap, or is he bringing a new and improved version of himself? That needs to be your question when he comes back. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, my love. Our hearts are with you, Adrija. But you got this, girl. Dream bigger. That's the message for you. Dream bigger. All right. Next, we have Helen. Thank you so much, Adrija. Thank you. We appreciate you so much. Helen, then Devon, then Jessica. And anybody else that wants to get in, all you have to do is make your donations over PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat. And the links to those are in the chat. You can see them at the top of the chat. I think Love Witch pins them at the top. After a tumultuous January and getting back from Ireland a couple days ago, a general reading for the month of February. Okay, great. All right. We'll be doing a 2-card reading for Helen. Excellent. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I love this. Okay, every time I giggle, it's because a cat came up. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm kind of a little obsessed. I'm thinking about kittens and getting a couple of kittens, so I can't stop thinking about kitty cats. Well, the first one is cute too. First card is, Unity. It's the Hierophant. Oh, it is the Hierophant. Yeah, it's the Hierophant. So, Unity card, Hierophant card, I mean, polar bear energy is powerful, right? So the first thing I would say to you, and the Hierophant is powerful as well. So the first thing I would say to you, Helen, after you've gone through this tumultuous January and getting back in your groove right now, I would say the first thing to do is to get back into your power, right? Your power is, what is it that I would like to learn? What is it that I'd like to accomplish? What are my things that will bring success or peace or satisfaction to me? So I'd say step into that power, step into your power. That polar bear, I mean, polar bears, is there anything that's a natural enemy of polar bears other than humans? No, I don't think so, right? They're apex predators, right? But that's the cutest polar bear ever. Doesn't look like an apex predator. I think there's also another thing about, about this, which is teaching, as a Hierophant can be teaching. So what is it that you want to learn, or what is it that you want to teach others as well? For your month of February, it's like, what can you show others, or what can you model for others, or what can you teach to others, whether that's in career or in your personal life? It's stepping into your role of leadership as a spiritual teacher, as someone who passes on traditional wisdom and learning traditional wisdom. The fact that they call this unity, though, I love that. It's like getting together with friends and getting together with loving people in your life is also really important for month of February. Really, the people who are like your ride or dies, these are the people who will, you back no matter what, and they will back you no matter what. I think those are the people you need to be hanging around with right now to give you that sense of support that you need. Yes, you're going to be in leadership, but you need that support. And this really shows up in those two little bears that are there with the butterfly. Oh my gosh, this card is so beautiful. I love that card so much. Now, once you get that support, once you feel that, like, oh, I'm back with my people, I'm back with my really good friends, my people who are so loyal to me, and there's something that I can learn, or something I can learn from the experience I had in January. There's some spiritual learning for you there, and something that you can transmit to others in some way. And the thing that comes after it is the Queen of Fire. That's why I made a little sound, because there's kittens on this card. Fluffies. There's fluffies on this card. So Queen of Fire is the magical queen. She's the magician. Oftentimes, I mean, she's depicted with a cat, like the little black cat. But it's you stepping into your power. Both of these cards are about you stepping into your power, one with the support of others around you. But the Queen of Fire is about creativity, action, taking steps, doing something. So I would say to set an intention for the month of February that you're going to take action on that thing that you've always wanted to do. Maybe it's learning a new skill. Maybe it's asking for something that you want. Maybe it's having the nerve to do something that you've been a little holding back from. But I really feel like, with that support of the people who are like the wind beneath your wings, and you really being like passionate and energized and healthy and strong and ready, go getter, I think now is the time to take that leap. Both of these cards very, very strong to support that, you taking that step. It could be doing it doesn't have to be big steps. It could be you doing a craft, or working on something, little home project or something like that. But it's going to give you that sense of empowerment and accomplishment. So,
I like.
what do you have for Helen?
Well, February, every February, the sun comes along and trines your sun. So it's usually a pretty good month for you because you have a Libra sun. And right now, planet Jupiter, which is often the planet of luck, is trining your sun as well, and that creates what they call a grand trine. It's coming from all these different angles.
Good.
So your sun's kind of on one point and Jupiter's on another point, and the sun is kind of crossing over there on this on that third point. And that's trines are like an easy flow of energy. It's opportunity. It's almost it's like you just have to ask. You need to ask the universe for what you want. You need to say, this is what I need right now. It's a really easy flow, but you need to tell it where you want it to flow, because trines don't like the challenging aspects, the ones that everybody goes, oh no, I don't want to do that, but the challenging aspects are what get us going and moving. And trines aren't really challenging, but they're easy flowing, so it's kind of like spell work, right? You light your candle and you tell your candle what's going on. This is what we're doing today, and you put your oil on it and you sprinkle your herbs and you do all the things and you tell it what its purpose is. When you're using herbs, you tell them what their purpose is. Same thing with astrology and working with the universe. Sometimes is this is what I need. This is what your purpose is for me right now.
Yeah.
And have that discussion with Jupiter, because Jupiter's going to be trining your sun for a little bit. It's kind of coming up here. It's be like a waxing, like the moon waxing. So Jupiter's coming up. So for the next few weeks, even months, you are good. The Jupiter's going to be talking to you and offering you this great support. So tell it,
Yeah.
Jupiter, this is what I need from you. I
Love that.
need your luck. I need your largesse. I need to
Expansion.
feel good. Yeah. This is what I need from you. So tell it. Yeah. And also the subtle side of that can make you want to Jupiter talking to our sun sometimes makes us want to eat all the things. You might want to, so just be aware of that. Jupiter's going to be like, girl, here's some chocolate. And did you see the cake over there? Go eat it. That's going to taste so good. Because Jupiter is the ghost of Christmas present, right? He's like,
I was just
oh, life
thinking
is
that.
great. So that's there too. But enjoy that. Enjoy it, because it's there for you right now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Is Jupiter permanently in my chart at a trine? Because I'm always wanting to
Right. Well, you've got that Cancer Taurus. You got Cancer and Taurus happening in your chart, and that combo is like, yes.
I
Is that
love
cake? Because
exactly.
that's Pamina, you guys. I said, what's your favorite cake? I said to her once, and she went, "Hmm, I don't have a favorite cake. I like all the cakes."
I do like all the cakes.
Yeah,
Don't
so
make it
great.
my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much, Helen. Thank you, thank you. All right, Helen's laughing. All right, Devon's next, then Jessica. And if anybody else wants to get a reading tonight, um, come on in. All you've got to do is make a donation over PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat. You'll see the links up in the chat at the top of the chat. We are donating 100% of the proceeds to feed seniors in Ukraine. So this is a donation based, and we make that donation and help out the seniors. Our friends to Boynton Harbor, who buy groceries for 200 seniors every month. They're doing over 200. All right, Devon. Okay, feeding a full granny, PayPal, the usual for me. And your birthday, Devon, if you want to get some astrological advice, or do you have Devon's birthday?
I got hers.
Okay, she's all set. All right. Okay, let's take a look. Oh, that's sweet. Oh my gosh. You know why I'm making that noise? It's a big cat. Oh, and another cat. Oh my gosh. Bradley really is after my own heart. He has so many cats in this deck. All right. First up is Six of Water. Oh my gosh, Six of Water. Look at that cute little goose, little goslings
Oh
there.
my gosh.
Ryan Gosling and Ryan Gosling too. And Six of Water. Six of Water is the card of like coming together with loved ones, especially like loved ones from your past, people from your past. I feel like this week there's going to be somebody like a blast from your past, but a really positive one coming in, somebody you love to see, someone you haven't seen in a long time, maybe a childhood friend or someone that makes you feel that playful childlike energy. There's something about the Six of Cups, the Six of Water that's like very childlike. Look at those cute little cuties
So
down there, right?
cute.
Oh my gosh, so sweet. Is one wearing a flower? how cute that is. So there's this very child oh, I know what that is. That's the flower, like the little boy giving the little girl a flower.
Oh, yes, that's so cute.
I was like, "What's that goose little gosling wearing a flower for?" It's the little boy giving the little girl a flower. So I think of this as being like the opportunity of somebody from your past that you really love, you really care about, you really have an open heart with coming into your life. It could be romantic, it could be friendship, it could be whatever, but it's really this sweet reunion that's happening this week with somebody you really care about, someone you really love, and someone you haven't seen in a while. So I love that. First of all, it's so, so sweet. Second of all, Ace of Fire. Ace of Fire is a white tiger. That was one of the ones I went, "Oh, look at that
Mm,
little tiger baby."
that's
White
lovely.
tiger. So there's I think, when I look at that combination of the Ace of Fire, which is Ace of Wands, and the white tiger. So the white tiger is rare. It's like a rare tiger to find. Most of them, of course, are golden color, but you have these rare ones that are white tigers. And in a lot of cultures, they're seen as really special omens, positive omens, powerful omens. So I feel like there's going to be something coming this week that's like a golden opportunity. It's something really great. Maybe it's associated with that person that shows up from your past, but it can be something that is like a great opportunity. It's a like a real rare opportunity coming to you. I often think of like that ace of wands as like something being handed to you, right? This and something the baton is being passed to you in some way.
I always
So I
say, "Say yes."
say yes to it. Yes,
Say
exactly.
say yes.
Yes, this is absolutely. So there's going to be an interesting, rare opportunity coming your way. And I think it's important for you to be in that place of the courage of the tiger to say yes, right? Or to ask for that thing, or to, you know, say, can I get involved with this thing or whatever it is, right? To not hold back, but to be bold, like to be a little bold about that opportunity that's coming your way. And I love it. I mean, it's so sweet. It's wonderful. Um, 3 of air, is the rose-breasted grosbeak. I don't know how to
Mm,
pronounce it. I don't know this one. So, one of the things about 3 of swords, 3 of air is about us doing our own healing work. It's about removing the thoughts, ideas, and beliefs that are not serving us. So, I think that also goes along with this. This can be playing small. This can be, oh, I was hurt before. I don't want to get hurt again. I don't want to get disappointed. So, I'm not going to dream big because I'll be disappointed. Could be a big mistake, you know? So the work also this week is to heal your wounds. I think that part of this whole process of what's happening this week is to give you that opportunity to recognize your wounds so that you can heal them. So important to do. So important to do. And then we have, oh my God, 2 of earth, 2 of pentacles. Hey, there's yarn in
that's
that
so
card.
cute.
We were talking about every card with cats and it has yarn in it. Um, they do play with yarn though. They do love their yarn. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's not a made up thing. They really do love a ball of yarn. So 2 of earth energy, I think is this idea that you're going to be balancing things, you're going to be making choices, but and more than just making a choice, it's like actually being able to do the duality thing, right? You're a Gemini girl. This is your wheelhouse. This is what you do best. You got all the plates spinning and someone gives you one more stick and one more plate and you're like, I got this, you know? So I think that there's something that's coming up for you in terms of career, in terms of your dreams, in terms of, something in your life where you're going to have more than one plate spinning, but you can handle it. You can totally handle it. So if this opportunity is like another plate and a stick being handed to you, don't get afraid or don't think I'm going to drop the plate. Have confidence in yourself like the tiger that you know that you can do this. I think it's a golden opportunity and it's going to bring great things to you. So Abyssinian cat. Does that look like an Abyssinian to you? It doesn't really look
No,
like it to me,
that's
no.
not an Abyssinian.
No, that's like a little Persian cat or a
Yeah,
long hair cat. So,
that's
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Okay.
I always think of Abyssinians being like long-haired, like Siamese looking cats, right?
Yeah, they have, they're not long hair. Well, if they breed them that way, but they're
Oh,
short hair and they're like almost have like a reddy, or like a reddy orangey coat.
yeah, that's okay. Picture doesn't match voice, but Yeah, I think this is a great week for you. I think there's some opportunities for amazing healing and growth, and it takes you a little bit of stepping out of your comfort zone, but you're so supported by that. So supported by that 6 of water, which is that loving those loving people from the past around you that are coming forward. So great.
Love
All
it.
righty. What do you have?
Well, let's see. Let's look at where the moon is going for the week. The moon is kind of coming down into behind the scenes area. So doing like journaling, dream journaling, paying attention to all that stuff, your psyche, what your psyche's talking to you about, all those impulses is going to be really important. In fact, you might even get some like flashes of insight as the moon goes through that through there over the week. And because you've got all that Gemini, you've also all the air signs right now are getting all this big trine, lovely trine energy. So, and I've said this to you a couple times. You've got Jupiter that's just hanging out there right now. It's getting ready to cross your ascendant. So it's already talked to your sun. It's talking to your body and everything you are, and it's getting ready to. It's leaving all the behind the scenes area and it's coming into the front of your life now. It's starting to wants to make itself known. So again, talk to Jupiter, tell Jupiter what you need from it, what you want. Like as the moon's traveling and talking to your psyche this week, I would maybe start making note of what your psyche wants, right? What's your soul talking to you about? What is it
Mm,
we're what are we going to manifest? What are we going to how are we going to work on this together? Because sometimes, our ego gets in the way and we ignore what the soul is saying to us. So that could be, I think that would be great. But yes, you got lovely trine energy too with that Aquarius sun, Mercury in Aquarius. It's
I
good.
love
Good week. Yeah.
it. Love it. Thank you so much, Stefan. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Adrija. Thank you, Jacqueline. Okay. Next, we've got Jessica, and then we have Maria. If you'd like to get a reading and help seniors in Ukraine, all you have to do is go to those links at the top, make a donation at Venmo, make a donation at PayPal or in Super Chat. Let us know in the chat how much you donated, where you donated, and your question and your birthday or your trip or your big three if you want to do that way. So, okay. Um, Jessica's, am I on the right path with my witchcraft learning and practice? Yeah, what can enhance that witchcraft learning and practice? We will see. Absolutely. Happy birthday, Aquarius sun, by the
Yeah.
way. We're in Aquarius season right now.
Yep.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Mm. Oh my gosh, there's a lot here. Good. I think there's a really important message in the third card that I pulled. So I'm going to talk about that first. This third card that I pulled is the 9 of fire. 9 of fire is about like, am I doing it right? And having a little bit a shaking up of your confidence. And I think that whatever's going on, whether that's old history or something that's happened recently where your like confidence is shaken, the message of the 9 of wands and 9 of fire is you have everything that you need to succeed. You just have to get on board and believe that you have everything that you need to succeed. So I would start to say, like, how can we look at our witchcraft practice and go and look at our ongoing practice? And I think what comes up for me is this is like when you see your successes, celebrate your successes. When you see no movement or something not happening the way you thought it would turn out, look a little bit deeper. Is it the universe directing you where you need to go? Right? This is the thing that I think every magical practitioner has to learn, and they all have to learn it, and they have to learn it. You just learn it. If you're going to practice magic, it's a little bit like doing a recipe. Every souffle that you make is not going to be a success, right? Every recipe that you make is not going to be a bell ringer, right? Sometimes you make a flop, right? Or sometimes you um it doesn't manifest. You think you're gonna make this delicious cake and it turns out a little dry or something like that. Not necessarily a flop, but something about like, okay, how do we work with what I call magical disappointment? Like we didn't get the thing that we want. I have a great, I'm just going to throw this out there so that if you want to go and listen to it, it will be so helpful. If you're experiencing those disappointments in your magic, then go listen to, I think it's episode 3 or 4 of Magic and the Law of Attraction. It was very early on in the podcast. And I talk about this, how you work with things that are not resulting immediately, or you want to judge them as they didn't work. I have had spells that I have cast that have taken a year to manifest, 10 years to manifest, 20 years to manifest. I don't sit there and go, well, where's my stuff? I set it and forget it and let it come in its perfect timing. In fact, that's a great thing that you can add to your incantation. Perfect outcome and perfect timing, right? So that you're not judging your own work. Because I feel like this is a little bit of self judgment. So if you're new or if you are experienced, but you're wanting to grow more, the way to grow is to give good energy to all your spell work, to give good energy to all your magic, and trust that when something doesn't produce the result that you want, it's okay. Something better is around the corner. Something is going to happen, or you'll get another chance to do it again, right? It's just what it is, right? That can be, not to get stuck in the disappointment. So I think that's super important with that card coming up. I think that's important for you. So go back and listen to that. I think it's How to Deal with Magical Disappointment is the title of the podcast. It's early in the Magic and the Law of Attraction podcast. Yeah, magic. There it is. magicandlawofattraction.com. Or you can find it on your podcatcher, Magic and the Law of Attraction. It'll be on all the podcatchers. So that being said, that was the first thing that jumped out for me, but let's go through the cards one by one. So the first card was King of Water. This is amazing, beautiful, spiritual, psychic skills. When you're at the king level, you're really at this empowered level. So I would say, like, if you are spending time in divination or spending time with, dream work, psychic ability, doing like magic, like subtle magic. I think this can be very, very good for you and in doing this, like this real watery magic. Also doing magic with water could be really good, like doing cleanses and waters and potions and all of these things that involve water could also be a good branch of magic for you to dive into. So we have penguin. I think of that adaptability, penguins are birds, but they're amazing swimmers, right? So they really are like diving deep into that realm that is not normally so much a bird realm. We think of birds being in the air, but the penguin moves through the water. So it's like, don't be afraid to be out of your element or in something that isn't something you've delved into. It's time to dive into something new. You bring great skills when you do that. Next thing is the Chariot. I love this image of the 2 horses in the chariot, which kind of cracks me up. They're not pulling the chariot, they're in the chariot. But the interesting thing is we have the dark horse and we have the light horse, dark and light. Not in the sense of like judgment on those, but just that those 2 different energies. And when we look at like the chariot, the chariot is the card of mastery and moving forward, but there's an old Platonic story about the human mind being like a chariot pulled by a dark horse and a white horse. That's why I was like so excited. This shows up also in, Rider Waite. We see the 2 sphinxes, the black and the white sphinx, right? So one of those is our spiritual self, and one of them is our material self. And those 2 need to be like controlled and kept in check and controlled by you. So is the mind running away in some direction that is not useful to you and your manifestation, then you need to have that mind control, that when you are getting negative, that you pull it back and get back into the projective positive again. Super important. Lastly, we have Page of Earth. Page of Earth.
That's so
Oh my
cute.
gosh, another cute cat. Tabby cat. I bet I'm gonna have to ask Bradley if he's a cat person because there's so many cute cats. All right. So Page of Earth is this aspect of being, I feel like the Page of Earth has a plan, is starting a plan. It may be a little like you have to be patient when you get Page of Earth because it's not like, I think there's an excitement when you're learning something new that you want to learn all the things, right? Page of Earth is a little slower and taking it bite by bite, you know? And we can get, I think, something as vast as magic and witchcraft. People will say to me, like, I wanted to be a witch. I want to be, where do I start? I go, start anywhere. There's so many lands to explore. I mean, I have been doing this my entire life, 60 years, and there's still new lands and areas that I haven't
Oh
explored.
yeah.
So you're never going to be a witch who knows all the things about everything, except for unless you're Chris Honoreo. He knows all the things about everything. He really does. It's so knowledgeable. I mean, he reads all the time, so he knows so much. But I think there can be this desire to like, I want to know all the things, and then this frustration that you don't know all the things, or you're being superficial. Go to one land. I mean, like think of it as like being dropped on a map, and you start someplace, right? But then from there, you can explore to the east, the west, north, south. Go explore those areas and take them step by step. But don't feel like I need to get to my graduate degree in witchcraft. There is no graduate degree in witchcraft. There's
Mhm.
always more to learn. There's always something new. There's always things to discover. So the great thing is the journey never ends. The terrible thing is the journey never ends. You know what I mean? Like there's not a point where you go like I know it all. There's still more to learn. So enjoy that journey and think of it as a journey rather than as a destination. And that's the main thing I would say. So yeah, you're kind of better than you think you are with that 9 of fire and this. I think you're more adept than you know, and listening to your intuition and working with your intuition and your dreams and your psychic abilities is all going to be very fruitful for you right now in particular. So maybe that's the land to explore right now. All
Mhm.
right. What do you got, Miss Kelly?
I like that. So, like I said earlier, with the air signs, there's that big trine energy happening with that Aquarius and Libra going on in your chart. But I kind of want to just talk about Aquarius and Libra and what rules them, Venus, and the modern ruler of Aquarius is Uranus, and the traditional one is Saturn. And I want to encourage you to work with those planets, maybe do magic on Friday and Saturday, because Friday is ruled by Venus and Saturday is ruled by Saturn, and those are your rulers, right? Those are the planets that govern Libra and Aquarius, and you might start to see results if you start to maybe dedicate some time to that. Maybe think outside the box. Aquarius is always um, being asked to do that, right? To take old structures and make it work for everybody else and make it work for themselves. So allow yourself to be weird. And you know, we live in a culture and we're kind of in a moment where being weird is being, you know, restricted, and people are saying no, you're not allowed to be weird. So I want to encourage you to hi.
I'm back.
You went away for a minute.
I don't
But
know. I
so I
lost
want to encourage
my
you to lean into the uniqueness and the oddballness and the strangeness and the mysterious things that are going on out there. Like that Aquarius sun and moon needs that. That's how you nurture it. And then with that Libra rising ruled by Venus, I would really make really beautiful things for your altar. Venus is the ruler, is the modern ruler of Aquarius is Uranus. So the traditional one is Saturn, the modern one is Uranus, and that's where all that weird, unique strangeness kind of comes in now. But I would also encourage you with the Libra rising, with all that Venus, find a space that's dedicated to Venus stuff, shells, right? Beauty products, put lipsticks out, like all the things that honor
perfume.
beauty, perfume. Yes, using perfume in your magic. Oh my gosh. Like that's going to be right up your alley, whether you know it or not. Like, oh, and then you do everything, and then you spritz perfume at the end. So let it be. Go. Let your spells go.
So good.
Do it. So many. I just want to encourage you to like think and try different things and work with your chart. Co-create with the map you were given. Which
I
is
love that.
yeah.
Love that. Thank you so much, Jessica. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of you.
Wow.
Even if you're just here hanging out and watching, we appreciate that too. We see your eyes. I got a little thing that says how many people are watching. I see you. Great to see you, everybody. All right, we have Maria and then we have M, and that will be it unless somebody else comes in. So if you are thinking about doing it, you got a little window of time right now where you can get in. All you have to do is go to Venmo, PayPal, make your donation, get back on here on the chat, let us know how much you donated, where you donated, what your question is, and what your birthday is so that we can do our astrology for you. All right, Maria says, looking for advice on how to manifest more self love this month. This is the month, February.
Mm-hmm.
Valentine's for yourself. What can you do for yourself
A
this month?
Leo.
Oh, I love that. Love that. Okay. Oh my gosh, some totally good advice right here. I'm going to give you great advice. So the first card is three of water. Three of water, back to three of water, those little hummingbirds, right? This is hanging out with sweet, loving friends. It's very light energy. This isn't getting together with friends and complaining. This is getting together with friends and giggling and laughing and having fun. So get a friend or two and go do something super playful and fun and light, celebratory, fun energy. This is like, and these are your good friends. This isn't like, just the sweet, encouraging, positive people in your life. There's such a joyful energy, and hummingbird is like a love symbol. I mean, there's such a love symbol drinking all that sweet nectar. So I think go and have go out for a brunch or go out and do something fun or go, just make plans this month to get together with a friend or two and do something really playful and fun. That's it, right? You need to instigate it. You need to make it happen, but do it. Make it happen. Your second card, and this is going to bring you so much love, and this is going to make you feel loved, and it's going to absolutely enhance your self love this month. So just be around good people and play. Have that play time. So, so important. Four of air is the second card, which is our little sleepy koala, which is get rest, right?
Mm.
Apart from your little playtime and the things that you have to do, give yourself a real downtime because I think of four of air being a lot like go to the spa. Like my interpretation of four of swords or four of air is go to a Korean spa for the whole day. Bring a friend with you. Go have the lunch in the Korean spa, hang out in the steam rooms and the whirlpools and the jade room and the this room. We have these wonderful Korean spas in LA. We have a great big beautiful Korean American community, all these great facilities. But you can find a spa day anywhere or something that feels like a spa day. You can even make a spa day at home, right? Get
Mhm.
yourself some nice bath crystals, plan out your day, get yourself a good book or binge watch a fun show that isn't too stressful. Um, get do yes. Need more lightness and rest in my life. I think there's so many ways you can do a spa day on a budget at home, or you could go to a spa and have a massage. I mean, it's just like chilling out. Go to the beach if you're in an area that has a beach and the weather's warm enough. I mean, it's not really great right now, but that's the energy of the koala of the four of air, which is just to be chill and enjoy life and be cozy. So maybe winter version of that is like treating yourself to like some little special treat, getting a really good movie that you like, getting a nice warm blanket and just being cozy and watching some movies and feeling not guilty. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
We can sometimes feel really guilty for goofing off, right? Or maybe it's like playing your favorite video game that's really fun or getting a good book to read. Maybe you're reading this book. Speaking of books, so so finding that little treat for yourself, that little time, and I think you need to do that a few times this month, right? You want to not just do like one afternoon, like make it a couple afternoons. Maybe you do this relaxation with a friend, with a good friend, so that playful energy, and this you could double up on these by bringing a friend and doing that fun thing with you, inviting a friend over and watching a movie together, or doing something that's like super cozy, getting your nails done, or going to a spa together. So finding those things. I mean, to me, a K spa is where it's at but I'm a water sign, so that's me. So I love going to a spa, love spending the whole day. It's like the whole world is out there and I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just like present and mindful and in that space with my friends, having just a relaxing time, chit-chatting. It's so nice. So whatever version of that for you, that's what you need to be doing. And you're going to feel so replenished. I mean, it's just a kindness to yourself to give yourself that downtime. So I love that. Yeah.
I like.
What do you got, Miss Kelly?
So I see you're a Leo with a Taurus moon, and then I looked at where Venus is. Venus is in Virgo in your chart, and that combo, that Virgo Venus, can be a little self-critical. And so that's something you need to work with. And I am a Leo, and I am here to tell you that a lot of Leos really struggle with self-love and learning that Pam and I've talked about this before. We're often the cowardly lion in the Wizard of Oz, and we have to learn to get our courage up. And then once we do, oh my gosh, there's no stopping us. But
Yeah.
it's that sometimes like what you're here to learn, right? Leos are here to learn how to they rule the heart, right? They're here to learn how to manifest through the heart, how to stay heart centered. I would highly recommend doing heart centered meditation where you breathe in through the heart and exhale through the heart. It's really powerful. I've done it many, many times, and it's a wonderful way to sort of center yourself, especially a Leo. Um, and I love the idea of doing all that self care because that Virgo Venus really does need that because
Yeah.
Virgo energy gets self critical and then it forgets to take care of itself. And it's really when Virgo energy is really firing and doing well, it's taking care of itself before it's the one it's the put your oxygen mask on first, right? Before you do everything else for everybody else. That Virgo Venus needs to do that. It needs to give itself oxygen. It needs to find ways to make themselves feel good. So, and one of the ways Virgo does that is eating really well, eating healthy, treating like telling yourself that's a treat rather than punishment. Sometimes that's hard. I mean, you got a Taurus moon. So, Taurus moon is like, what? wait, I got to do what? But make a fabulous salad or do something that where you're kind of tricking yourself and rewarding that Venus energy that's in your chart because it needs it. It
Yeah,
needs
I
it,
mean,
and it will reward you.
yeah, I think there's like a lovely way that if you're like eating healthy as one of the goals, at getting enough sleep is another one of the
A
goals
hundred
too, for
percent, yeah,
sure. But to really have that, like, make your salad really like, what are the things that you like on a salad and put those things on a salad. So
exactly.
it's fine if you have some croutons. It's fine if you have some, candied pecans on your salad or whatever it is. It's like
Little pomegranate
yeah,
seeds, candy pecans, blue cheese.
fresh lettuce. Don't have like wilted lettuce.
I'm going to tell you all the things because I got a Virgo moon and it knows. I get it. I get it. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's rewarding yourself doing that stuff, but really like that Leo sun just it needs that. It needs you to focus on your heart. It needs you to learn how to center there. Your
yeah.
center isn't like people have I think people find their center in different places. And for Leo, it's not like this low gravity center. It's here.
Yeah.
Like you know it. Leos know when they're centered. It's just boom.
Yeah.
Suddenly, it's you're everything is operating here. So I would really practice that. Try
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and then I think cozy for a Leo is being next to a fireplace.
Yes, like, get your fuzzy blanket out. Gotta have my fuzzy blanket, and my cat better cuddle with me
Yeah.
because, I mean, oh my gosh.
Oh, I love
Cuddle
that.
with the cats, and like Leo, Taurus, Cancer, trying to think, those 3 for sure love to sleep in.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
oh, we're like
oh,
Leo's a
girl.
cat, right? We're gonna sleep all day? Oh my gosh, great.
Right.
Taurus and with Taurus and Cancer energy, oh, that's like that whole house is napping. Now
Well, I
get
have to
up,
say
make yourself a little nosh, go back and take another nap. It's
that's
great.
right. That's what you gotta do on the weekends for sure.
Yes, yes.
Manfred gives me crap because he's a Taurus, but he's
Yep.
Aquarian Aries,
Yes, it's got all
you know?
that other energy.
Yeah.
Gets his Taurus moving. Yeah.
Yeah, so in the morning, he's, like, dressed, ready to go, and I'm still, like, in my PJs, and I'm, like, playing my video games, drinking my tea in bed. I'm like he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm maximizing this morning time before it goes
Exactly.
away from me. I need to enjoy
It's
myself."
so warm in bed, right? It's
Oh my
cozy.
gosh, I have a little hot pad in my bed, like you use when you have a sore arm or back or
Yeah.
whatever. I have that hot bed permanently in my bed all winter long, and it is the most delicious thing to get in, like, the cold house, and you turn on that heat pad, and then you get in there. Oh, it's so good.
Feel you. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you so much, Maria. We appreciate you, and thank you so much. Em is our last reading unless somebody else comes up. If you'd like a reading, now's the
Okay.
last call. Ding, ding, ding. Last call for readings. The train is about to leave the station. So if you'd like to get a reading tonight, you can get a reading by just making a donation on PayPal or Venmo or Super Chat. Let us go into the chat. Let us know where you made your donation, how much you donated, your birthday, and what your question is, so we can do a reading for you. So thank you so much, Em. Oh, it's your
Happy
birthday. Happy
birthday.
birthday, Aquarian lady. It's so good. Oh, thank you. Message for your birthday week. Let's see what we got for your birthday week. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, I love it even more. Perfect. Oh my God, it's perfect. Okay. First card is the moon, and the moon is a lynx. Oh my gosh, that cute little lynx. Isn't that cute? Moon card energy is really important for you, Em. It's you being really true to yourself. It is not being a people pleaser. It's not being a, sociopath. It's in the middle. Do you like how I called the wolf a sociopath? No, it's there's no wolf and dog on here, but that's what the moon card is. It's really finding your path and finding your own unique path. The one thing about the moon card that I love, it's like even when the moon is full and shining down, it's not really bright enough for us to see as far as we see when the sun is shining. So it's like a little bit mysterious. So you're on a mysterious path this week, I think also this year, where you're going to see the next step right before you get to it. And then you're going to take that step and then you're going to see the next one. So I don't think it's about seeing long range plans, but just like kind of following things step by step, trusting yourself, trusting your intuition. Moon is highly intuitive, but not veering off the path when there's a siren call to veer off the path. I think there can be a real pendulum swing with some folks who are dealing with moon card energy of being like overly giving and overly taking care of other people, and then you get so burnt out that you like become a hermit and then you don't want to hang out with people or see anybody. And so this is like finding that sweet spot, that middle path where you are connecting with others, but you're also, taking some alone time too. So for this week, for sure, you want to look at the baby. Look at the baby. Um, for this week, for sure, make sure you have all your fun party things, but you also have some little quiet time and a little bit of downtime as well. This is your year, Queen of Air. That is perfect Aquarian Queen energy. The leopard, right? Oh, so beautiful.
I love
Leopard
that.
energy. So this is about, I think your message for the whole year is about having good boundaries with yourself and with other people. Queen of Air knows how to draw boundaries and also how to like enforce those boundaries. Sometimes we can create a boundary and then people just disregard it. And it's like saying, nope, this is the boundary, reminding people when they need to be reminded about what your boundaries are. But I think there's something so empowering about knowing your boundaries, communicating those boundaries, and also, reinforcing them and standing up for yourself, standing up for those boundaries as well. Last thing with Queen of Air, there's always writing. Writing comes up so often when Queen of Air comes up, Queen of Swords comes up. So is it journaling? Is it writing your book of shadows? Is it writing your magnum opus novel? Is it writing a screenplay? Is it writing a song? What is it? What writing are you going to do this year? But I think there's something really special for you. And just picture yourself as that cute little leopard queen with your beautiful crown on your head as you celebrate your birthday. Happy birthday. I love it so much for you. So it's like step into the unknown and trust yourself, I think is the message a
I love
lot.
it.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, when I look up your stuff, it's got a lot of Aquarius and a lot of Sagittarius.
I love it.
Sagittarius moon, but a lot of planets in Sag and a lot of planets in Aquarius. It's kind of great. So, again, the Aquarius is getting that lovely trine from Jupiter, all through up until the summertime. So it's great. This is a wonderful moment to do that manifestation and talk to Jupiter and tell Jupiter what you want. Tell Jupiter what your birthday wishes are. Jupiter also rules your moon, that Sagittarius stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if you were pretty funny. Sagittarius moon usually has a pretty good sense of humor. And lean into that. You have a lot of planets in Sagittarius
Yes,
as
I
well.
do.
I bet. So I would, and it's adventurous, and it's like you need to nurture that. So I would take the challenge from Jupiter. I would go do something really, really fun this year. Like go rise to the adventure that Sagittarius moon needs. It needs to be fed. And then it's like sextile. It's like, oh my gosh, you have a lot of energy. I already know. Like you walk in the room and everybody goes, oh hi.
Yeah.
Hi, Aquarius, Sag energy walks in. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. It's so fun and playful and adventurous. I love that. I
Oh,
love that.
hi, girl. My cat's yelling.
Oh, she's yelling at you.
She's yelling at me.
Such a
She's like, "Are
cutie.
you done?"
Oh my gosh, you guys. Well, happy birthday, happy birthday,
Happy
Adrena.
birthday.
Lovely birthdays. Happy birthday, all our Aquarians. Next week, we will be back at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern next Sunday. The Love Witch will be joining me and we'll be doing readings. Thank you so much, Miss Kelly, for coming and joining. We raised $260, which is
Wow.
amazing. That's feeding five, six and a half seniors this week. That's pretty good. I'll throw in that other half for sure so we can feed
Awesome.
7. So I always like to round it up. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. Don't forget to join us, Tarot for Kindness, next Sunday, where we're raising money for feeding seniors in Ukraine when they're under this full-scale invasion. We appreciate you. If you're watching this in a replay and you didn't get your reading, don't worry. We'll be back again next Sunday and you can get a reading with us. Thanks again so much. Have a great week, everyone. Anything you want to say, Miss Kelly? Oh, if you want a full astrological reading, you can also book. You don't have to wait till she
That's
comes
true.
back
Yeah.
next month. You can get a reading with her anytime, full-length readings and spell work with Miss Kelly, the Love Witch, Bewitching Tarot, me, all of us here at Parlor Wonders. We're happy to do readings for you. And yeah, so you can get that too, private reading one-on-one with us.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is there anything else you need to say? Oh, new issue. I don't have it here. It's at the shop. New
Oh,
issue.
new issue of my zine. Yes. I don't have it
I
right
have
next
to
to
send
me.
you, I have to Venmo you some money for that, right?
No, no, only if you want to sell them. Are we sending you a bunch to sell?
I just got 10 of them.
Oh, you did. Okay. Yeah. You need
Yeah,
to
Gina
Venmo.
sent them to me. So
Yes.
do I send money to you or Gina?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. I'll send it to you because I know how to find you on Venmo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see your
So
cute white cat on your page?
I haven't looked inside. I was busy. I was making candles all this week.
Oh,
I was in Candleland.
yeah.
Making candles. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We thank you for being here and listening to our gossip as we work out our our finances here. Big financial transactions. Thank you, Miss Kelly, for joining me. I love your new ring
Thanks.
light. Where'd you get that?
My friend Madam Panita sent it to me.
I
So
have
you can
next
see
door,
me
so I
now.
announced it to her. But I'm like, "Girl, that room's too dark."
I'm not
All
in the
right.
shadows.
You know what we do in the shadows. All
Yeah.
right, everybody. Have a great week, everyone. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.